everybody?
Hey.
We are live and here. I'm Chevy, the
And, I,
superstar.
and I'm Toya, the point of view finder.
And welcome to Two Snaps and a Circular Motion.
Mm.
Two snaps in a circle, actually, for branding purposes.
Yeah, exactly. Right. People are like, and a circular motion. I was looking that up. Circular motion.
I am so disgusted with you guys. I found a YouTube channel called Two Snaps in a Circular Motion, and it was not what I thought it was supposed to be.
That would be so funny. I was looking for circular motion.
The circular motion they were doing, it was not on the up and up. I tell you that much.
I'll tell you that much. What up, everybody?
Hello, world. How are you? How's your life? How you're feeling? How are you doing on this rather eventful week? Not for movies so much, but in life in general. It's been rather.
America, the earth. Oh my God, what is wrong with people?
The word.
Like America. It's just been like every time we all drop something in the group chat, it was like, what is wrong with people?
Like for all the week. I mean, for all week.
Yes. WTF. Just got all of us just jacked up. It's
up in arms. Well, not really up in arms, but just like, after a while, stuff just get played out. And it's just like, okay, are we still doing this?
Really? It's like, oh, that's what we in the season for now? Oh, so the season has started. Oh, let me.
Right. But don't it seem like it always happened around this time? Like when it get warm. Just like when it start getting warm.
Yeah, it's like is there a meeting had where it said, okay, y'all, what we gonna do is when the weather hit, we're just gonna start doing these things.
Shit, I was about to say something bad.
So, I know. I was like,
I was about to say, I'll tell you offline what I was gonna say.
Of course. But hello, people.
So how are you?
I'm okay. Look, we were just discussing this. As much as I would love to complain about certain things, be mad about certain things, feel negatively about certain things, I feel highly blessed and favored and just grateful for what I do have and what I do have looking forward to, and just breathing and being here and just being around my loved ones and the people I care about. You really start to get to a point where you just can't take certain things for granted, and right. I am just happy to be here. Literally, just thank you. So that's where my mindset is, to be perfectly honest.
I feel you.
Like I can't be picky,
Yeah, I mean, especially with everything that's going on in the world, as we just stated. You never know. You got the vid out here, and we just so happen to be Black, so we always on out for stuff.
Period. I know for hey Aaron, people starting to come on in. What it do?
What up, girl?
Yeah, I between the virus itself, what's going on with what seems like racial injustice never stops. It just never stops. Then the silly things that you hear about in the news, I'm a big fan of like a lot of YouTube stuff, and a lot of recent things have been coming up with like the Jake Paul and a lot of sexual allegations.
Cannot stay out of trouble.
He cannot stay out of trouble. Every time it's crazy. He was on the podcast with I think it's called I Am Athlete with Brandon Marshall and Chad Ochocinco, a bunch of former NFL players. You know, they just discuss what's going on in the world today pertaining to sports and being black and, you know, just everything that's going on. And, you know, because Jake Paul has gotten into boxing and, you know, he knocked out Nate Robinson, they had him on the show to talk about how he went from being, you know, a YouTuber to now really getting into the professional work because he wants to fight like Conor McGregor and, you know, yeah, he was even talking shit to Floyd Mayweather. And it's like, dude, you're a YouTuber. But of course, he's feeling himself because he knocked out Nate Robinson, who is an athlete, but obviously not
a boxer.
Not a boxer, you know. And it was the one time that I was looking at Jake Paul with some common sense. Like look at him. He looked like he just. I'm happy to see this. Like, wow, you seem to be serious about something, you know. And I think that's funny. It goes along with what we're talking about today in terms of like sports. It's just like, wow, I am just like excited that I'm happy for you that you're figuring things out, bro. And then this comes out, and I'm just like, dang.
Like, I mean, but your past always gonna catch up with you.
The past,
I mean, even if it's not true.
Even if it's not true. And the behavior and the things that she's saying, it's unfortunately feeling like some stuff that whether he was intoxicated, whether he was feeling himself, whether, just like you said, in the past of a time that he lived in the ego that he lived under, I wouldn't be surprised if he behaved this way, you know. And it's just unfortunate that she had to suffer those things if this is all true, and to come out and have someone like such a big personality say like she lying, it ain't true, and she just got to kind of not only live with the incident but then be ridiculed and demeaned and told she's a liar, and then no justice is served.
Right.
And it just sucks. It just sucks. And I just hope that these YouTubers and the people, and it's funny because as much as I like love what we do and the things that we got going on, I'm like, I can't wait till we blow up and we're so popular and everybody wants to be in our chat and everybody wants to talk to us and watch our show. I'm like, do I really want to blow up?
And I used to be thinking like, have I said anything that might offend anyone at any time that was not like right now? Like
for real, because you know, there are people, I was going to get to the whole vlog squad, which is like David Dobrik, and they're this big group that have just like taken over the whole, you know, YouTube thing. It's a new little young group on the rise or whatever, but you just see it happening over like the generations that they just keep coming after each other after like 5 or 6 years. And it's just like very interesting to see some people watch others make the same mistakes all over again. You saw the Jake Pauls, you saw the Logan Pauls, you're seeing now the David Dobrik's. Don't be them. Like, don't make that same mistake. See where they went wrong and what they did wrong. But then it makes me believe maybe it is just that. Maybe it is the fame. Maybe it is the money. Maybe it is like the whole LA Hollywood. It really like it's a city that just sucks you in and spits you out, and now you're just kind of left with this tarnished, and maybe not always tarnished reputation. But how can anyone take somebody like Jake Paul seriously if he really wants to get into boxing?
I mean, he knocked out Nate Robinson.
And that will be the thing. I guess that will be the thing.
Oh shoot! Oh, that's funny.
Lord have mercy.
What up, Tanya? How you doing?
What do you do, Tanya? Yes, come on in, people. Yeah, anything else you'd like to talk about before we get into?
You know, I don't have a lot of movie news today, so like, I was gonna ask you what you've been watching.
Oh, man, that sucks because I haven't been watching anything. It was so funny. I believe a friend today asked me the same thing, and I just knew where they were going to. I know where they were getting to. I knew that they were trying to talk about the Amazon show on Them by Lena Waithe. I knew that they were getting to that, and I'm like, I'm not watching it. I'm not. I'm not. Not that I won't ever watch it, but I'm not. And and I'm not watching anything. And I just been watching repeats of stuff and watching the movies that we're going to review and on YouTube, like watching shows about this Jake Paul allegations and David Dobrik stuff, which is why I'm like so passionately like, you
know? Well, I watched Thunder Force.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the first episode of Them.
Okay.
No. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, so this is what I was telling Toya earlier. It's like if you put the most triggering racist movie that you feel is triggering for you. Most people say Rosewood, and then you put The Conjuring together, and then you watch it, and that gives you what you have in Them. And there you go. So
and
if you like that,
go.
then more power to you. But I don't. I'm probably gonna finish it at some point. But I mean, the reviews also like one of my friends, or actually Toya's cousin, posted on another post, and she was like, "Episode 7 is just unbearable. It's just unbearable." And I'm just like, "Oh shit! I'm still trying to bear episode 1."
I'm gonna get through. You asked me to get to 7. I'm trying to get through 1.
But I watched Thunder Force. I watched the first episode of Them. There is
Okay.
a great animated series on Amazon Prime called Invincible. I really like that show. What else did I watch this weekend? Oh hell, I've been watching The Winter Soldier. I mean, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and I don't give a damn if you don't like Marvel. I don't give a damn.
Really?
Please, everybody just watch the show.
Okay, I'm not watching anything, so I believe that I am going to watch that. I'm going to finally start something because, the WandaVision, I just never got into it, and so Winter Soldier, Oh, but I did Godzilla versus King Kong.
Oh, you
watched that. I watched that. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I thought it was so good. I was talking to the movie. I was talking to the screen. It was dope watching them fight. It just is so good. And I'm a huge fan of King Kong. And I've always liked the King Kong movies, Skull Island, one of the, I've just been a huge fan of the King Kong movies and King Kong himself. And so, yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good old film. I thought it was a good film. Some good cinema.
Yeah, it was cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah. I really liked it.
I didn't like the disregard from human life that was displayed in that film.
That's so I'm like, so we just gonna destroy the whole city?
The whole city.
Y'all
the whole city.
It was so I didn't mean to laugh, but I was allowed to because I know that, no one is really hurt. But when they would show from the human's point of view, them fighting, and somebody be like, ah! I'm like, why are you there?
They didn't have enough time to evacuate.
They had that one moment where he's like, we're evacuating the city.
Right now. We're evacuating right now. I mean, we've been hearing the footsteps all this time. Right now, we are getting everybody out right now in their cars on the traffic jammed freeway. Yes.
I mean, when Godzilla comes through the water and then just goes through the bridge, I'm like, all those people died.
Everybody who was getting evacuated.
They dead. They dead.
Well, that's a great segue because tonight on GFT Radio, Clark Noved and Willie Styles will be going live at 10 o'clock to discuss Godzilla versus the King Kong.
King Kong. Oh, me.
Oh, my gosh. So, guys, it is time for Movie news. Oh shit, I don't have it pulled up. Oh man. Okay. Okay, no, for real. I'm ready now. Okay. So I didn't know it was gonna be an Indiana Jones 5 starring Harrison Ford, but there is gonna be one because we need that in our lives.
Okay.
And they just added the dude from Hannibal, the television show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm sorry. I just heard Jarrell upstairs
Me too. Me too. I heard it too.
singing movie news. I love it so much.
That is friendship. That is love friendship right there.
Oh, it distracted me so much.
Okay.
Okay, so Phoebe Walker-Bridge from that show on Amazon Prime called Fleabag, and the dude from Hannibal, the television show,
Mm-hmm.
is going to be joining the cast of Harrison Ford, and I'm sure the dude from Hannibal is going to be the bad guy. It just makes sense.
Yeah, it just makes
It
sense.
just makes sense. Lucy Liu will be joining the cast of Shazam 2 as a villain.
All
Who?
right.
We don't know, but she will be the villain. No, don't apologize,
Don't
Jarrell.
you apologize, right?
We hope everybody is singing that. We hope
Right.
everybody is. There is a Godzilla anime coming to Netflix in June. That's
Ooh.
all my movie news. Let's talk about some trailers.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it.
A lot of trailers dropped like Wednesday,
Oh,
yesterday.
tons. I
Yeah,
couldn't keep up. I just didn't even watch some of them. Like,
yeah. They dropped a trailer for The Walking Dead, the next season or the last season, I believe, of The Walking Dead. I don't know who's watching that now, but if you are, you can go check out the new trailer. It's very ominous in a way. But if you like that kind of stuff, you can go check it out. They dropped the trailer for the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Say that five times. So I can't even say 5 times
when
fast. Okay.
I seen that title, I said, "What?"
The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard,
Bodyguard.
starring Selma Hayek, Ryan Reynolds, and Samuel
Yeah.
Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel. Samuel.
No, so Stacy, one day I went over to Stacy's house and she was like, "Do you say Samuel L. Jackson or do you say Samuel Jackson?"
Samuel Jackson.
I mean, I say Samuel L. Jackson. I mean,
Samuel Jackson.
it all sounds the same. It all sounds
It
the same.
does, basically. I think he knew what he was doing when he did that.
Yeah, he knew. He knew. Pepper, this is not the time, honey.
Mm-mm.
Trailer for Army of the Dead, a zombie heist movie directed. Pepper, come on, bro. Not now. Sit down. A heist movie. Zombie heist movie.
How?
Where they are going to, I guess, zombies have overtaken Las Vegas and somebody forgot their money downstairs. So they got hired to go get the money for somebody. That's what happened.
I forgot my money just because you come get it for me.
Then the zombies, it's like the zombie apocalypse is literally happening after you just won $1 million at the casino, but you were staying there for the whole week, so you told them to put it in the safe in the basement. And then they like, y'all running out, you getting your stuff, and then you say, "Oh shit, but what about my money?" They say, "No, forget the money, we about to die." And then you be like, "Damn, my money." And then you get some more money along the way. So then you hire some people to go get your other money. That's basically what's happening.
God. What?
That's what I think is happening anyway.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely just. Thank you, Tanya. I don't get it. I'm gonna go watch that trailer. Yes. I need to know more.
Yeah, that's basically what is happening.
Okay,
that's my version. The shenanigans of it all.
Right.
The movie. There was a trailer for the Wrath of a Man, starring Jason Statham.
Mm-hmm.
He is basically seeking revenge on the evil crime people of the city because they killed his son.
Always. Who really hurt Jason Statham in real life? Like, because
taking these roles.
Yes. You know, his agent is always like, "Are we getting revenge? Are we the bad guy? Are we the bad good guy? Okay.
The anti-hero.
Are we the anti-hero?
Like that.
Will he slap the shit out of somebody?
At some
Okay,
point.
cool. We want that. We want that."
And also, because I don't remember if I said this, they dropped the trailer for Fast 9. And Han is back. And he has aged badly. Like, he looks really old. My
He
God.
does look old. I will say that. You know, unfortunately, yes. I hate that, you know, and I love me some Han. He is my fave. Like, he's my favorite from like the Fast and Furious, other than Paul Walker's character. Like, he's my fave. But when I saw that photo, I was like, "Whoa, Han!"
I was like, that's not Han. I said, that's not him. That's not him. But
It
yeah,
is, though. Right.
that trailer dropped and it was okay.
Tell them what you said earlier about.
So, hey guys, if you're on the fence about watching Fast 9, just watch the trailer and then you don't have to watch it.
Because the whole movie, like, they are infamous for telling you everything. Just like, why did I go see the movie?
Yeah. But Charlize Theron is in this again, and so is John Cena. John Cena plays Dom's brother. The man who's all about family has a mysterious brother that no one knew about. Whoa. Where did you...
Wow.
What a twist. What a twist.
Wow. I didn't see that one coming. And how did he end up also just like so muscular and big, just like him? Like, whoa.
He's a wrestler.
Oh! And I always think it's so funny that like Dom gets younger and younger looking. Like,
that's the CGI.
That's what I was about to ask. Like, are they doing CGI on Vin Diesel's face?
I mean, did you watch Coming to America 2? Or Coming to America?
Coming to.
That was so much CGI on their faces, man.
Oh, for real. Y'all have went too far.
They CGI'd the mess out of their faces. So I do have a trailer for a movie that I thought was pretty cool and interesting. It's called The Waterman. So I am going to proceed to play that right now. So everyone, tell me what you think.
The Waterman is real. Legend has it that he's still living up by the lake, searching the waters and the woods for his wife, so he could bring her back from the dead.
This town is weird.
It's just different here than what we're used to.
Yeah, real different.
I know this move's been hard for you. It's been hard for your dad, too. He's just stressed about me.
I always thought the Waterman was just something grown-ups told kids to keep him from sneaking off into the woods. No one knows where to find him. No one except me.
The note I saw in this book says that he's immortal. I need to know more about it.
Got any money?
Yes, but I'm still gonna need money to buy supplies.
Supplies for what?
I'm going to find the Waterman.
Come into my office.
I just want to know if the Waterman is real.
But that forest is alive. Being in those woods all alone, no chance to escape.
I know how to make you better. Do you know what he meant by that?
There's some weird stuff going on.
It's a sign. They're getting close.
Run!
Hope is a powerful force. It made you see
Gunner!
what you wanted.
I'm gonna find him.
It made you see me.
1, 2, 3, 4. Close your windows, lock your door. 'Cause you never know for sure who it is he's coming for.
What did you think?
That I I just knew it was gonna be like creepy, scary, like, but now it's giving me more of like an adventure and just more almost on the verge of like thriller, definitely PG-13 vibes. I like it. I mean, I think it goes to the conversation we were having offline where we were just saying, why does everything when it deals with Black people in the leading roles that it has to be tied to slavery or racism? And it's just nice to see a film that is based, it is just lead role. Black people are in lead roles. It's not a story based around being Black and the Black experience. The Black experience is just that, you know, there are Black people in this situation. So that is enough to make me say like, oh, okay, this is very interesting. I like it. And that child actor, I forget what else I've seen him in, but I've always liked him. Anytime I seen him, I was like, oh, I think he's just such a cute kid. And now he's gotten older too. So oh yeah, I like it. Yeah, Ash, I'm here for it. Like, yeah, I'm here for it.
It was like, oh, now see, this is what the hell I'm talking about right here.
Yes.
This is what I'm talking about right here. This is giving me like all those little kid movies used to like
the Goonies and you know, just all those.
The only one I could think of. Stand by.
Yeah, for real. But all those like adventure movies growing up, or just even like an Indiana Jones type feel, where you're like when they involve kids to it, you're just like
never ending story. This story of this kid.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Just like these epic journeys for a child that they just go on without their parents' knowledge, and then the kid is trying to accomplish this goal, and the parent is trying to find a kid, and it's just like, oh gosh, it's a lot going on, but it's all good fun. But something is going to happen that's going to be traumatic, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, he has two great actors as his parents. So I look forward to seeing Rosario Dawson and I forget his name. His name is Dan. No, it's not Daniel. Michael. I know he has like a Nigerian or like an African last name that I just don't want to butcher right now. So, but I believe it's Michael. I don't know. But either way, Oprah loves him. So, hey, that's her boo. She loves him. And Ava DuVernay.
Yeah.
Oh, This Is Us. Yeah, he's on This Is Us. That kid.
Oh, the little boy.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, because I have never seen him before.
Yep. Yeah, I'm there for it. No, that was that's a good little suggestion. That's cool. That's cool. I'm there for that too.
Yeah, so that's the end of movie news. And now we can get into the nitty-gritty.
The nitty-gritty, which is going along with our beautiful theme of the month, sports movies, my fave, you know. But we switched it up, you know, because very easily we could have kept going with this whole basketball thing and or a Denzel Washington movie.
Yeah, very true.
The man is everywhere. He's in all genres. Yeah. He has found a way in every single one of our We've done Glory. We've done He Got Game. Like, he has found a way. I think even when we think about action, cop thrillers, just everything, the man can find a way. But we went with A League of Their Own. It is a beloved movie by, I'm finding out, women of all kinds. Like, you know, you mention it to plenty of people and they're just like, I love that movie. And I'm like, damn, am I the only one who haven't seen it?
Oh yeah, because you had never seen it.
I had never seen it. Like, it'd been a movie that I believe that had been on before, but I don't know if it's because for my love of basketball, I just was like, baseball. Pish posh, that look old as hell. I don't want to see that. Like,
oh my!
But I had a good time watching that movie. So yes, come on now, come on, camera, don't do it.
So you're about to be the host of the show, y'all.
I am, and I'm about to tell y'all. You go ahead and go off. I'm about to tell the people what we are about to review. So we are about to review the beautiful movie A League of Their Own. Came out in 1992, directed by the awesome Penny Marshall. You may remember her from things like, is it Laverne and Shirley? Yes, Laverne and Shirley. Penny Marshall's done a ton of amazing things. You could Google her. It's a drama comedy, and the point blank period, it is an amazing sentimental movie about a group of women who are start not a league of their own. Well, kind of.
Well, they didn't
Basically,
start it, but yeah.
yeah, they didn't start it, but basically, World War II's happening. All the athletic young men have depleted, and they come up with a professional all-female baseball league that comes in the Midwest, and it's funded by a bunch of like publicity hungry men
In a chocolate factory, Willy Wonka.
Yes, the show was. It was a lot of like, that's so and so. Oh my god, look at them when they were what? And so it's a really cute movie. It's so amazing. And I was really I just couldn't get over the fact that Penny Marshall directed it. And I thought
Penny Marshall, she a little bit of a goat in her own way. Yeah.
It really is. And I was just really taken aback by that part. And so I really enjoyed that. But yeah, A League of Their Own, just overall, again, a sports comedy drama that's just a fictionalized account of the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League that they started during World War II, which was interesting in itself. That's a story that's like interesting in itself, where, you know, of course there's moments of being like, where skin folk at, you know, and they did a little moment, but you know, we're not gonna get it.
Well, I was gonna get into it because, you know,
we probably should.
Well, I'm not doing that. We're just, everybody knows.
Well, I am.
She's Chevy now. And now I'm Toya.
Let's do this. But go ahead and, I mean, you want to.
I mean, let me just nip it in the butt right now. So, you know, let me nip my dog in the butt. Let me just nip it in the butt right now. So I felt bad watching this movie, and I felt bad that I enjoyed it so much with the lack of representation.
Yes. It was like the 40s, Tanya.
And I mean, I get it because of the time period for which it was created. But, you know, I feel like me and Jarrell was talking about this the other day. And I believe that because we never saw ourselves in films, we never as kids was like, oh, why aren't we there? We just assumed like, oh, we're not there. So we accepted what we saw. But now that we know that this is due to lack of representation in the film industry as a whole, it's like watching something like that and enjoying it make you feel kind of bad, because it's like, I shouldn't enjoy this. I should be mad. It was just the times, but it was wrong back then too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And not even shedding a light on the racism and the fact that those women couldn't, like the fact that in that tryouts, there was no black women, and it was just common knowledge, like, oh, they can't come. Why wasn't it a black woman? Why didn't y'all have to tell her she can't be there because she can't try out because she's black? Why didn't we acknowledge that? Because I know that was something that went on during that time. And that was just because of the lack of representation in film, not because it didn't happen in real life.
Yeah. And I read a couple things after I watched it about, you know, and it seemed like Penny Marshall had to fight for a couple of things to happen and not happen in this movie. And so I can see that she was playing around with that idea, with having that one moment where the black woman picks it up, throws it, shows that she has an arm, and you can see Dottie looking at her like Gina Davis' character. Looking at her like, man, I would love to bring you on, but I mean, at this point, I don't know my history like that, but Jackie Robinson probably had done so much fighting. You already know a black woman, they weren't there yet. They weren't there yet.
Not at all.
And that's unfortunate.
But anyway, back to the movie. We had to speak on that.
I was when I watch movies like this, it was a question I kept asking myself, and I'm like, what did I miss? Like, was I not paying attention? And it was a question I kept asking myself throughout the film was, what is the purpose of this league? Like, I was confused, but you know, it opens up with just showing you uh two sisters, right? Basically
Playing baseball with their baseball
playing
teams.
baseball. Yeah, playing baseball, having a good grand old time. You could tell that although they're having fun, they're expressing themselves. You could tell that this is a space that is they don't get to be in it very often. They and no one, a lot of people don't appreciate what they offer, and they're the only ones who really care about what they do. And you see you open up to their dynamic pretty quick. You see that like Gina Davis, Dottie is the pretty one and the talented one and the one that I guess sticks out. And then you have Kit where you're just like, oh girl, like dang, she's always down on herself. And even when she has a moment to shine and like, we love you, Dot, Kit, she still is like, I know y'all don't love me the way y'all love Dot, like,
Yeah, because that's
girl,
her
like,
own issue. But also Gina Davis, Dottie's character, I can't stand a person who got it easier than you that won't acknowledge the fact that they got it easier than you. Like they know they have it easier than you, and they keep trying to they gaslight you to make you believe that it's not true.
She did a lot. Like it was I was disappointed in the way that she went about that sometimes. Dottie just like, I wish that you would speak up and not, I just wish you would speak up and do something about it and help your sister. Like if you're gonna help anybody, help your goddamn sister. Like this your blood.
Yeah, but she didn't make it easy either. I will say that, because a lot of that is just like, you can't be crying on the field, bro. You can't be you can't want it and then get it and then act this way. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect, you want special treatment because your sister is special, but you also don't want to be overshadowed by your sister.
Right. So you gotta pick the struggle. Like you guys to pick one of them.
By the end of that movie, I was tired of both of their asses. I was tired of both of their asses.
Sick of them. Oh my God. Like I was standing up at the end like, so we're seeing the dynamic and we're opening up. We see that they play baseball. We see that, this is, they want to do more. Kit especially wants to do more and be out there more, but like Dottie feels like she's just like I said, things come easy for her. This is fun. She have a grand old time. She just want to go home and just kick it and wait on her husband because he in the military. She ain't tripping about it. She just do this to pass time, like because it's good for her. But they have a recruiter come up to them, and John Lovitz, he's hilarious.
Oh my God, he plays the creepo God. Well.
He just does it too well. It's crazy. So of course he recruits them and is like, hey, like, we looking for women, we bringing them on. And it's very vague, where it's like, I see you got talent. And only do you find out, like in the beginning, you're like kind of bought in, like, oh, they must be really looking for women who are really good at playing baseball. But then they get to someone who actually can play some ball, but she doesn't have the look.
Right.
And this is the first time that we see kind of like, hold on, I'm confused. Are you for women's rights? Are you down with are you with this, or are you just here to use women for what women are usually used for, their looks, their abilities, and everything else, but what they really want, you know what I'm saying? And it happened, and you're like, damn. And then you see what happens with most women. Like, we stand up for one another, like what people like to believe, that we catfight all the time and we don't get along and we're jealous. And you see the sisterhood and like the camaraderie, and that starts to form. And it's like, no, let's bring sis with us, And I just knew they were gonna go on like this whole, like the first 30 minutes was gonna just be like them going around America and scouting, and it's just those three, and they just show up at the tryouts. I'm like, no, I wanted more to John Lovitz. Like, I just wanted more. As creepy as he was, I wanted more. I wanted more of that.
That's
and then
funny.
and they pull up at the tryouts, and now we see the scene that you said earlier when it's just like hundreds of women throwing, catching, hitting, sliding, just showing you like, wow, these girls can really play. You know, baseball is a very strong skill set, you know. The way you catch, the way you throw, the way you position your body, it's very straightforward. It's not a lot of finessing, whereas like other sports you can be very skilled in other stuff and find a way around it. There's not a lot of loopholes in baseball. Like, it's baseball is a very straightforward traditional sport, and all the women there are just like great. And then finally we're introduced to the amazing Rosie O'Donnell, Madonna. I mean, you know, you're just seeing all these beautiful characters. It's just like, yes, like I'm loving it. It was really nice. It was really nice to see. I saw some familiar faces of characters that had some non-speaking roles. It was
Leah Tioni was in this movie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I cannot think of her name, but she's in Bad Boys and Jurassic Park. Yep,
but she's definitely in this. She didn't have no speaking roles.
She didn't have no speaking roles, but they show her like twice, maybe even three.
I think it was like 3-4 times. But I'm like
a few times.
Then that last time, I was like, "That is her. I know that's her."
Oh, I see her when they went to the beauty school. I was like, "That's her. That's her." So like again, they showed. So at this, I'm still asking my question, like, what's the point of this league? Because the men were so insensitive.
Because it was about money. It was about the fact that the Major League Baseball had to cease, because a lot of those men had to go over to war. They also had nothing to, that was America's pastime, and now they couldn't do it because of the war. So they needed to keep that money flowing, as well as bring some type of normalcy back to American families, cultures, and households. So they, just like women had to go to work, and Rosie the Riveter and all of that is the same thing. They just put you in a spot real quick for a minute to hold it, keep it warm for the dudes till they came back from the war. That's all. But to make that money, to keep that money flowing, it's really about the money.
It was all about the money. It was all about the money. And so it just took me a while to like really get into that, until they just painted the whole picture eventually further down the line down the movie, where the one of the guys, I guess the commissioner or one of the owners, says, "Hey man, we got this thing wrapped up. The war about to be over."
That's the chocolate guy. That's Willy Wonka.
The chocolate. Yeah, it's the chocolate man. Yeah, like we good. And it was unfortunate to see that. But to rewind back, like tryouts happen. Everybody who's supposed to make the team, of course, makes the team. Nobody gets left out. Of course, the sisters end up on the same team. The Rosie O'Donnell and the Madonna, they all end up. The girl that came along with them, they all
Marla.
Marla, right. They all end up on the same team. Oh, so convenient. They all end up on the same team. But it's a movie. So that's the way.
I love the scene where Annie Ramsey character go up to the lady who crying because she can't read, and she, trying to figure out if she made a team, and I be getting touched. Okay. I got touched when Marla left her daddy. I had to, and then I was like, oh my God, it's just so precious. She helped her.
It was so many beautiful moments. I feel like they did. That's how you know this movie was directed by a woman. You can tell because it had a woman's touch. Like it was beautiful. It was soft, but it also had the energy of like real. Like it was. You could tell that they were really playing baseball. You could tell that they really knew what they were doing. They were actually playing the sport. They were actually being real athletes out there. And that's my favorite, when, they get it right, because sometimes it's going to be one or the other. They fake the sport part so terribly that, God damn it, she better fall in love or her and Tom Hanks better start doing it or something because y'all don't got the sports stuff down. So something needs to happen over here. Donna, do you got a thing for somebody else? Like figure it out. You know, like
nah, but those are some of the best sports montage scenes that I've seen in a sports film and like just rewatching that movie. I was like, this is why I enjoyed this movie so much growing up. Because I mean, I like that movie because Madonna was in it. And I was a big Madonna fan growing up. So I was like, oh, I want to see this. And you know, Rosie O'Donnell was in like all the kids' movies.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and I love Gina Davis because I love Beetlejuice. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I was here for it. Okay. I was here for it. So that was a movie that I watched frequently growing up. And this was the first time I watched it in years though. So those sports montages were like, yeah, they were on point for real. They were on point.
They did a great job with that part. And okay, so they're playing, they're good. But a lot of people aren't feeling it. Like, you know, they're making fun of them. Go get your nails did. Like, oh, you're gonna break a nail. Oh, let me catch you in the kitchen. What y'all doing? Like, just a lot of making fun of them. Just, you know, real, just sexist type vibes.
Yeah, so they started exploiting themselves to bring more money to the league.
And that was just so, I was like, of course, you know, my man was point blank, like, if you're not willing to wear the skirt, bye-bye.
No, so I wrote, where is this line? I wrote it down because it made me laugh so much. Let me see if I can find it because I wrote it down. Madonna said it. Wait, I know I have it. Let me find it. Oh shit, I can't find it.
I feel like I know exactly what you're talking about too.
Wait, I can't find it. I'm so mad at myself. When she was like, you ain't taking a league from me. I can't find the fucking line.
She was like, this is all I got. You ain't taking the league from me. I'm gonna be, look, they made it seem like, hey, you might take the league away, but we're gonna be here. Oh my God. But before we get to that, we're introduced to Tom Hanks. Like,
oh my God, he played that character so fucking well from The Walk.
I mean,
all the way. Oh my gosh, he did such a great job in that movie. Oh my God,
he really showed off his character, and I was very surprised how this movie was written and how the story. For every time where I thought what I knew was going to happen, like, oh, I know what's about to happen, they would trick me and just continue playing baseball or like tell me some other story or break out into song or like go to the bar or some funny scene would happen. And, you know, I'm just like waiting for the breakthrough. Like, when is Tom Hanks? Because Tom Hanks is just like this washed up old baseball player. And they're like, look,
alcoholic.
Yeah, he's an alcoholic. He's a drunk. They're like, look, bro, the owner's like, I'm just going to bring you in, dog. I just need you to come out there, you know, raise your hat. Because in baseball, they don't call them coaches, they call them managers. And I mean, obviously they still work as coaches, right? But they just have the most laxed behavior other than like maybe soccer coaches. And I think they also call them managers too. They look at the sport differently because, like I said, those skill sets, you typically are kind of making those decisions out there on your own other than when like you're on offense, right? And so he just was chilling, like sideline, drunk, hangover, don't give a damn. Like my man said, he was like, I love how in the fifth inning you just decided to like scratch your nuts for an hour. Like, he really did. He didn't give a damn.
No, he didn't give a crap.
Out there.
I found the line too.
Yes, go say it, please.
Okay. You better tell Mr. Chocolate he ain't closing me down.
You better act, Donna. You better act, girl.
You better, girl. You went from 0 to 100, like real quick.
Everybody was like calm. Like, I mean, some people were still just getting over the shock. She had already been like,
You gotta tell Mr. Chocolate.
Who said that?
Madonna said it. Madonna said it.
Who said that?
Madonna. She told Mr. Chocolate. She said.
She did. Oh, that was such a good moment because, like, nobody cared.
No, he just went on talking. He was just like,
well, okay.
I mean,
sweetheart, I don't know what to tell you. It's a wrap. We're done. I don't. There's nothing we can do. The men are coming back. MLB's coming back. Nobody really cares. They used y'all. They used me. Even I wanted to keep this going, but there's no point because naturally what everybody starts to get on board, including Tom Hanks. Yeah, he had his moments of being like, I don't give a damn. I don't care. But getting drunk wasn't as fun anymore because after they were winning, it's a small league. They're traveling a lot. He had no choice but to kind of like get in it. And then the girls themselves, the women themselves were all getting into it. They were getting better. They were becoming better ball players. They wanted to win. So it made sense that everybody just got on the same accord, and
I think it's because he saw that they could actually play ball. Like that's really what it was. Like that was the turning point for him, that he actually saw them out there managing themselves. And then when he got interested in the fact that they were actually, when he finally picked his head up and actually like, oh, they're winning. Like, I want them to continue winning. So now we're going to have a signal battle because I'm the coach. I'm the manager. No, they should be listening to me. But because I haven't been doing the job, Gina Davis's character kind of took that role. And that's what I didn't like about her. She was the typical woman of the time who downed herself for a man or for a life that she was told that she was supposed to have. Mm-hmm. And even when she was older, because keep in mind, the movie starts in the present, and she's an older woman. And that was a mentality that she never let go. Yep. And I do feel like she regretted it. And that's why she didn't want to come in the first place, because she regretted not. I think her husband would have let her do whatever she wanted to do.
I agree. I don't think he was a man of like, stay in your place, woman.
No.
He was very proud of her. He was very supportive of her. And I think he just wanted her to be happy. But just like you said, I don't think that she ever learned how to do that because of maybe how easy life came to her, especially in the role that she played,
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. But she was definitely the stereotypical subservient woman who just so happened. I mean, it's like, I know you said you didn't see Sylvie's Love or whatever, but like there's a scene in the movie where, she's with her husband that she really didn't want because she fell in love with the other dude. And she does everything in her power to work in TV. Right? She defies him. She goes against him, and she does it because that's what she wants. But as soon as the guy who she was in love with comes back, he's a broken down musician who can't get work. He's of a dead era. And as soon as he says, move to Detroit with me because I think I got a job. I think I have a job at Motown. She says, okay, I'll quit my job as the head of production. The second Black woman to run the production of a TV show at this time, and I'm gonna quit my job for you, my man, because you think you got a job in Detroit. Right. And that was what women did. Like that's what women did. It don't matter how successful. Like Marla was a talented ball player. Soon as a man said I like you, she left. That's it. She was
gone.
Literally, women back then used to sacrifice their talents, their dreams, their ambitions to fulfill a role and a need that is still being, condoned to this day. You know what I'm saying? Totally. And that's what annoyed me about her character the most, because everything came so easily for her, and she was so willing to be like, I don't need none of this. I got a man. He gonna be the manager of the dairy. You, girl, if that does, you. What do they call her? You the diamond in the rough. That's not what they call her, but something along them lines.
Queen Diamond. She
Oh,
was
Queen of Damn Diamonds. And you talking about he gonna be the manager of the damn dairy. He might be the manager of the damn dairy because he's smart. And you the damn Queen of Diamonds on the cover of Time magazine. And you talking about, girl, get the hell out of here. I ain't.
Come on now. Like you about to give up a legacy.
That's a diamond in the rough.
Yes. But low key, like you are about to give up a legacy just to say, I'm standing by my man.
Yeah. Her character was annoying, but her sister was definitely annoying because the scene where he tells them, when they decide that they're going to exploit them, I got a newspaper, New York Times is here, and I want to do a story on you, Dottie. And here come her stupid sister. Well, what did you tell them about me? It's not about you.
Not about you.
You make it about you, and then when you find out it's not about you, even though you already knew it wasn't about you because it wasn't directed towards you, you want to feel some type of way. I said a lot there, but hopefully y'all could be on the same page.
But goddamn it, if you watch the movie, you were heard, because that's how I felt at that exact moment. Like, why are you talking?
Didn't have shit to do with you.
Just do what you need to do.
And then when he said, "Yeah, I told him all about his kid sister that she got in the league because you can't play," but it's not that she can't play. She just don't listen. Like, I think she would have had a better showing that day because they both were talented.
Mm-hmm.
She was the freaking pitcher of the team.
You're the most important. In fact, like that was I thought that was such a dope thing that they made them pitcher and catcher, because if you understand baseball, and even if you don't, like even the basics of baseball, you understand that those two people have to have a relationship like no other, because one person is telling another person what to do. Like, you got the arm, you have the ability to get the pitch, and I'm telling you insider information literally about how you can get that ball over this plate to trick this person into 3 strikes, you're out, like out the game. And we have to be able to communicate. And when you got basically a crybaby, somebody who always wants it their way, who always wants to shine and doesn't understand, always playing victim, instead of doing what you need to do to like win for this team, because you're so jealous about, like,
she can't help it.
She just couldn't help it.
And then she did the splits and caught that ball. I said, girl, you could have helped that. God damn. You just want your sister to jump.
And then it was moments that Dottie would do things like that made me mad.
Bitch.
Like,
you
all right.
Now I see why she's so down on herself.
Like, now I see why she be mad, because why she never has a chance to grow up and figure it out.
Exactly.
Because you always just like smush it right in her face.
Right.
Like, smush it right in her face. Like
the other team was like, I can't do that. And the coach was like, no one can. He was like, what?
I ain't expecting none of y'all hoes to do this.
He's like, I just thought it'd be good for the show.
Of course you did, Dottie. Of course you did.
Oh my gosh.
So was there any like things that came up as you watched it that made you feel like this was the type of movie that how can I put it? Like, it's like a rite of passage as women, we should watch it, or like this shows you what women rights and feminism and like equal rights? Like, was it anything?
No, maybe in 1999.
Right.
But like, no, it's not representative of anything, because it's nobody but white people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All the way to the end. All the way to the end.
And then watching it in real, like this version of real life that they put in the end, made me feel even more uncomfortable, because it's like, damn, so no black women ever got in the league, huh? Like, y'all never put no black women ever in it, even after. Like, y'all kept going and shit. Like, this just stayed like this, huh? Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I mean, I wouldn't say watch it because it has anything to do with like women's rights in the 2021s. Like,
Right.
it's not relevant to, it was a statement back then, but no, not now.
Yeah.
But I mean, if
Didn't
you like,
necessarily age well.
no, if you like Gina Davis, you like Madonna, if you like Rosie before Rosie was like not okay.
Yeah.
Um if you like what's that girl's name? Tori Kelly, I think that's her name, who played Kit. I think that's what her name is. If you like
Yeah.
these
Yep.
actors, for sure, go and watch this
Lori
movie.
Petty. Lori Petty.
Lori Perry. I said
Mhm.
Tori. I don't know what. Oh, okay. I don't know what the hell name I gave her. But even Tom Hanks, like, I ain't never seen him play a character like that. And I mean, I'm not
Mhm.
saying I frequent Tom Hanks movies, but like, even like watching Denzel from like beginning to the end, it's a lot of hidden gems in there of them playing characters. After you get to a certain point in your career, certain roles that you don't take no more, there's certain characters you don't want to be associated with anymore. And I mean, I ain't never seen Tom Hanks cuss that much. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I
I
ain't,
was, I
you know
was,
what
I
I'm
was,
saying?
I was telling my homegirl, I was like, I ain't seen Tom cuss like this since like he was cussing out Wilson in the movie when he
Right,
was on the island. Like,
right.
he ain't been this mad in a movie.
Like, I love the scene "No Crying in Baseball." Like, that scene is amazing. That scene is amazing. It's amazing. Oh, and the scene with the little boy in the bus.
In the bus, just wreaking havoc. Like,
Oh my
somebody
god.
whoop his ass.
Oh my god, that whole
Somebody.
scene was just like, it went from like
That's one of those moments where I'm like, oh, they about to have a moment with the kid, and they're like, no, we trying to go get some dick.
no,
We trying to
Madonna
go get some
trying to
dick.
beat him with a bat. Tom Hanks then
No,
kissed the
Rosie O'Donnell
oh
was chasing him around with the
yeah,
bat.
with the bat.
Madonna was had already plotted out how
A
she was going to
plan.
poison old girls so they can go get some dick and get drunk. Like,
Old girl then got kissed by Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks drunk as hell. Then they go to the damn bar. The lady throwing up, dying. Now, my
dying.
favorite part of that scene when they were at the bar was when they couldn't find Marla and she up there singing her heart out. I'm sorry. If you have not seen A League of Their Own, for the comedic value alone, you have to watch it.
Period. It was times where I was like laughing and I was like, is this funny? And I was like, it's funny. I thought it was funny and cute and just like, man, yeah, this is the movie you want to watch on like a Saturday morning.
Yeah, like when you just like laying in the bed and you don't want to get up. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
I can't believe I'm sitting up here cracking up about this silly ass movie about women playing baseball doing World War II.
like, yeah, because they really made it not to be about that, except for the one scene where the dumbass, that mailman needed his ass whooped coming in there so rudely. I mean, you're literally giving a woman a letter, a telegram stating that her husband is dead, and you are being so unkind about it.
Yes. And it just if one thing was consistent about that damn movie is the men were just insensitive throughout the whole thing. Like, I didn't understand how a complete stranger could come into a scene like that and just
embody the whole version of what women felt like men were at that time.
Yes. Like, yes. Bro, man came in there on some, yeah, one of y'all about to find out y'all husband dead, but I don't know who because I ain't put the information I need to know, but I'm about to leave so I can figure that out.
And then I'm going to come back and tell y'all whose husband dead.
Know which one of y'all hoes man dead. But until then, y'all are kind of like figure it out on your own.
Yeah, because I guarantee you it's at least one of y'all in here that it belongs to, but I just don't know yet. I didn't get the wrong room. It's not the wrong locker room. I just want to make that clear.
Right.
I want to make that clear. I am just obnoxious and I don't know how to do my job, but I'm just going to, I'll be back.
I'll be back. And thank God for Tom Hanks. Like, as drunk as he was, as wild and mad and angry as he was, I'm just glad that he learned where to put that energy. He never changed, right?
No.
But he just stopped, just like no crying in baseball. When he spoke to her the next time,
he was like,
I thought the sound went out. I thought the TV was broke because he was like, well, okay, your job is not that. So you got to get out the way so the people who can get the ball, like, you understand? And she just looked at him like,
yeah, thank you.
I get it now.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much.
I appreciate it. And you really do, because, and I don't know if he had to understand how bad her child was to get like,
he just had to get a better understanding of women.
This is why you're having such a hard time. What up, GFT Radio?
Yeah, he was just having a hard time.
He was having a hard time. So okay, so yes, we get through the Madonna emotional scene where it's like, the league, the men are back. World War II's over. We're getting everything back to normal. We don't need these women anymore. Boom. We finally find out, like, if you're like myself, we finally find out why this league was even here, why nobody really gave a damn in the beginning. Of course, like, we know why they didn't give a damn, but now we really know why they didn't give a damn, why they had it in the first place. And we wanted to stick around. We wanted more. These girls are great. And Tom Hanks is finally in it. Like, are you serious? Like, everybody's finally bought in. People are coming to the games. They're cheering them on. They're like not there just to laugh at them like it's a circus. And now you want to get rid of it?
Right.
These women have finally bonded. They finally found something. Like, they're getting married. They're becoming better players. They're becoming better moms. They're becoming better sisters and friends. And just like, oh man, this is all working out. And, y'all just trying to take it away. I didn't have many like questions or nothing. The only thing that was like super interesting to me was when they first start talking about like the whole idea of like, should women step outside of who they are, which is what this movie represents, what they like our purpose, right? We as women, we can reproduce, all women say it, like, you just have that maternal thing in you, women's intuition, just like all the things that make us a woman. And of course, what we always thought that we should be mothers and daughters and wives and so on and so forth. And the moment we step outside of those things, it's like, you shouldn't do that. This movie represented that very well, because it felt like every time a woman in this movie like figured it out, something came along to sweep them away. Like, never forget that you are only supposed to be somebody's mama, somebody's wife, and just like a homemaker, and just that's what you're meant for. Nothing less, nothing more. And stay in your place.
Right.
Just like we said with Marla, like, baby girl, yes, we're so happy that you found someone that looks like loves you just as much as your father, which is, something that a lot of women look for. It's a quality that you should look for in the man. If you have a great relationship with your father, a man that will treat you the way that your father does, with respect and things of that nature, right? But like, it was sad just to see her just like give up baseball
with
like,
no thought, no qualms, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what she did. And I mean, I respect her for what she did, because that's what she felt like she wanted to do. And I mean, she knew, but that's the thing too, like, she knew nothing was ever gonna come of that. And that's because of what the men have told her and told her father, talking about, your daughter's so good that if she was a man, you would be getting talked to by the Yankees by now. But because she is a woman, she's nothing.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in this dump with my daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there was no in between back then. There was no in between. There was no, oh yeah, she can play with us, or we have a league for women, or any of that. So, and even though she was in the league for women, oh, you just playing. This is just for the war. This don't mean nothing. It's not real. And they believe that even themselves. So, when Gina Davis left, she left because it ain't gonna be another season for real. They ain't gonna do this for real. But I truly believe that she regretted leaving. But in the midst of like them putting on a show, making those videos, doing all that stuff to save the league, making it a show, catching balls with their hats and doing the splits and doing these expose videos about the type of women they are and the type of homes they keep and the types of things that they do that would appease to men who may want to go see them. Kit and Dottie are becoming more combative.
Yes, I like the way you did that. Yes, because I'm right. But damn, as excited as I am for all of this, the sisters are not getting along. And it finally happens.
Yeah, when they took her out of that game. And my whole thing is, come to find out, that was the game that was going to put them in a championship. Kit was so selfish and short-sighted that she only saw what she wanted to see. Like, I want to finish the game so I can say that I made the winning pick so everybody can be screaming my name. I don't care about the team. I don't care about us winning. And Dottie saw the bigger picture because she was kind of like the coach in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So you not good. You can't stay out here. We can't win if you're not playing right.
Period.
But this is the kicker, though. When they fell out the way they did, which that argument was just a dead in the water argument because they never really got to the point. And I mean, I could see why Gina Davis was mad, because you constantly got a person that she didn't want to come out there. She sacrificed the life, that home that she enjoyed to appease her younger sister who felt like she couldn't get it on her own. She went out and did this thing for her, and it was never appreciated because she was still herself. And I'm not about to downgrade me to make you look or feel better.
Yes.
I can't do that. It's not possible. If you are my sibling and you don't think you're good enough because you're standing next to me, but you don't want to listen to me, you don't want to talk to me, you don't want to deal with me in that realm, you don't want to get better because I am your example. I want you to be better than me. But I am this way because of my training, because of my knowledge, because of things that I picked up along the way. So if you don't want to listen to any of this, you can't be mad if you're not better. Coming from a person with siblings like you.
Yes, and an older sibling.
Yes,
I felt that, and it's so funny because we're coming off National Sibling Day. Shameless plug, Darker Than Blue. We just released a short film about being about the relationship between the generational gap between siblings and things of that nature. And it's true, like, who do you know better than your freaking siblings? You grew up together, you know each other in ways that others just do not. And it was so many times where I was just waiting for Dottie to just choke the shit out of her, slap her, tell her about herself. And I feel like then there were times where I was like, maybe she does need to be softer with her and just more compassionate. And then I realized very quickly, man, maybe not. Maybe
no, because she was just a younger sibling who was actually really great and really talented, but always felt overshadowed because of what other people said. Her sister never fed into any of that. She always saw her sister, she was talented. She always saw her sister, she was pretty, she was smart, she was all of these things. Yep. I can't help the way the world see you. Maybe it's because of the way you see you.
Yes, and that's what it was. That's what I was screaming, because what happens inevitably is that they split. It gets so bad that Kit says, deuces, I'm out of here.
No, she got traded.
No, yeah, she got traded. I'm sorry, she got traded. So she got traded to another team.
Because Dottie was going to leave.
Because Dottie was about to leave. Because Dottie was like, she has the scare with look, bitch, my marriage is on the line at this point. I could lose my husband at any moment. And I'm here with you. And you don't even appreciate me. So I can go be somewhere else.
Right.
I can go be somewhere else and be worried and have all these troubles, or at least less troubles. because the one trouble I would have is just worrying about my husband, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just like convinced, like, like, what am I fighting for here? Especially with the league being in its state, like, I'm good on y'all. And so when all that happened, it's just like, well, I'm fine. But she decides to stick around because
and she blamed it on her sister that she got traded, but not even indirect. It's like, I told them to trade me. You knew they weren't gonna trade you if they trade. It's like, how the hell was she supposed to know that? She don't look at you like you look at you. I mean, she don't look at herself like you look at her. She thinks she's just a normal, average, regular, degular person. Y'all put her on that pedestal. Y'all do that. She don't think of herself like that. So when you say stuff like that to her, it's like you can't blame her for what other people see in her.
Ooh. And you're right. And maybe that is why I did get so mad at Dottie sometimes in the terms of like being a leader, because I wanted her to be more aggressive with her leadership and lead the team in other than just a way of like showing like, hey y'all, it can be done, you know?
Yeah, it's like, but that's not the person she was. She was a subservient woman of the time. Other people told her she was great. Those guys believe, even in her hometown, those guys came to see her play because they felt as if she was good and she was great at basketball. I mean, baseball.
Yep. In fact, she rolled her eyes when people would like
cheer her on. Like, but also that's just like, come on, bro. Like, you can't be that way either. Like, you can think of yourself like, I'm regular, but you gotta also know you're a little abnormal. Like, you're a little above average. Like, you're a little, you know what I'm saying? You're not like average.
I'm not saying you need to be cocky. I'm not saying that you need to be conceited about it.
But you need to understand that this is what people is gonna do. So you need to nip that in the bud instead of just sitting there and letting them no, I'm just like everybody else on the team. No, why aren't you doing a story on the whole team? Mm-hmm. Those were the things that I wish she would say.
Yes, those are the moments that I really wanted her to stand up. And she just like you said, she just
that was. I knew that was what the word I was thinking. The imposter syndrome. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of when I was watching it. At the end of it, I was like, yeah, she just got imposter syndrome, bro. She want to be her sister so bad, but she don't realize how hard it is for her sister to be her sister. Her sister sacrificed so you could be your full self. She went home so you could be you. She literally, whether she wanted to stay or not, she knew that she had to maintain her family's farm. She had to take care of her husband. She had to do the things that she had to do so you could fly and be free, because you don't have to come home. Somebody gonna be asking for her, and it ain't because she a woman. It's because she the oldest.
Yes. Period. The expectations just are the older sibling.
And that wasn't necessarily talked about, but when she made the decision to go home, it wasn't just because she was a woman. It was because of the responsibilities that they did. Their parents was old as hell when they showed their parents. You know what I'm saying? They both couldn't stay and play in the league.
Yep. Period. And again, goes back to what we were talking about in terms of what the way it was written, the way it was directed. It just had that woman's touch of pointing out things that I just, the way that I thought the movie was gonna go, what I thought it should have been about. I was really surprised about the things that they discussed and the things that was happening. And I love that the shift was less about the league and less about like the overall, story of women. And it was really about these two sisters, and so like the time comes, Kit's been traded. She's on the other team. Dottie comes back and she's playing. But
you know what else happened though?
What?
When when Kit got traded, Betty Spaghetti's husband was the one that died, and she was the place pitcher. So they had to use a third string pitcher.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh
shoot,
because that just messed that whole thing up.
That just messed everything up. And I'm sorry. My little man's I forgot the son's name.
I don't know.
I forgot his name. When he was like, y'all gonna lose, I was like,
thought he was talking about the other team. I
thought he was too, but bruh man knew what was good. He like, this team ain't what it used to be. Ain't what it used to be. He had a point. This ain't the same team. This is not the same team.
No, but they still played, which let you know that it wasn't about Dottie or Kit. Because they and not only that, that's how you let you know that Kit was talented because she was able to help take a team to the World Series.
Period. And then it also, I hope that was a humbling moment for Kit.
No, it wasn't.
Was a reflective. It should have been a reflective moment.
No, it wasn't.
I thought it was unfair that they won.
Oh, yes, because she let that ball go on purpose.
She let that ball go
on purpose so a little funky ass sister could feel something good about herself.
All catchers know. Don't make me pull out my history. All catchers know you keep that ball in the glove because if you coming to me, I can't have the ball all out willy-nilly. That ball need to be in the glove secure.
Yeah, she did that shit on purpose.
She did it absolutely on purpose. And she did not deserve that moment.
No, she didn't. Not after all that crying she did. All she did was see her
sister still behaving.
Still. She was
that was a reflective moment. I was like, she's still over there.
That woman.
It had me.
But Gina Davis wasn't no better. She ain't shit. She hit the ball right to her head. I said, "Oh, y'all mad at each other."
Oh, you mad.
But the thing about it was, Kit was looking from emotion from her, and I'm like, "But no, Dottie is a ball player. She is playing the game of baseball. You're the one sitting over here crying because she hit on you. You know what I'm saying? Because she got a hit off you. Now you balling." No, she didn't deserve to win.
Because I'm sitting here, I was like, I know Kit not throwing this game. But I know she's not up here throwing a game.
But if she wouldn't have went over, if Dottie's anger in that moment hadn't got the best of her and she didn't go to the pitcher and tell her what kind of, ball to throw and not mix it up and not change it,
man,
I think they would have won just because they would have won.
I mean, I wish that, but then I guess that again was very similar to why Dottie dropped the ball at the end, because she was taking advantage of her sister, but she wasn't still thinking it all the way through, because I'm like, damn, Dottie got to be smart enough to know that her sister has now caught on to the fact that, like, you playing it too high. I always tell you. I always tell you that you playing it too high. I don't care if you want to hit it. I don't care. It's a ball. Like, let it be. You can walk. You can walk. You get 4 of them.
Yeah.
But Joe Dumbo want to sit up here and swing at all of them. And she swung.
And she hit it. And she let that girl win.
And even though that she was supposed to stop, she could have stopped at second base.
No, but she had to beat her. She had to. And when they was cheering her name, and I was just like, no, this is some bullshit, man.
Kid, I'm like,
and they all looked, because I know that everybody deep down, that's why everybody kept looking at her like that. Nobody asked the question because they didn't want her have to give the answer. Yeah. Because in the grand scheme of things, the right thing was to do was what she did. Because she knew that her sister was never going to be able to come back from that loss. So what she did was right in the sisterhood realm. Yeah. In the baseball realm, it was wrong, because you have to let them win. You have to let your siblings win at some point, or they'll never become the full version of themselves, because they'll always be in your shadow and they'll never feel like they're able or competent or capable of doing it. You know what I'm saying? If you constantly, over them like that. But from a baseball standpoint, everybody was giving her the side eye, and I could see when she was standing next to Tom Hanks, he wanted to ask, "Did you throw the game?"
Yes.
When Rosie O'Donnell standing behind her, she looking at her, "Did you throw the game?" Madonna's character came up to her and told her it was okay, like she knew she threw the game, but it's all right because I understand.
Yeah, but look though, remember the way it opens up. it's old Dottie. She's going to go see her homegirls because they're about to be reunited, inducted into the Hall of Fame. And she tells her grandson, her older grandson, take it easy on your brother. You know how it is. She tells the younger grandson,
kill him.
And I never understood that until right now. Like, I thought it was just a cute moment, right?
Yep. Nope.
But I never understood it until right now. Wow.
We both the older siblings, so
yeah, we're both the older siblings. And so I've had to really, like, maybe not sports stuff, but I have really had to be the bigger person. Shut up. Apologize first. Give it up. Give something up. Not have something.
The one thing I can say when it comes to like video games and stuff, my brother be happy when I beat him because it's like, yeah, she got it. Yeah, she's doing it. Yeah.
You are correct, because when I would get a good score on Guitar Hero, shout out to my brother, he would be like, yup, hell yeah, Toya. Now I think you're ready to add in the blue key. Like, okay, I think so.
Like, here come Devin from the True. But I also thought it was funny at the end because, you know, siblings, when they apologize to each other, it's not like this whole dragged out long conversation or thing. It's just kind of like this moment where it's just like, we good, you know what I'm saying? And that's the moment that they had. And I thought that was realistic, that it wasn't like this whole like, well, Dottie, you've always made me feel like I was in your shadow. And because half the time we know the shit we mad at each other is about is some shit that we done built up in our head anyway. Because we know we love each other. We siblings. We grew up in the same house.
Period.
You know, I'll beat somebody ass for you. You'll beat somebody ass for me. And I think that moment was so beautiful of them just having that. But also seeing the fact that Kit still didn't feel comfortable because she didn't want to come home because she was somebody out here. And it was like, I don't want to come home, Dottie, because
this is what I've been waiting for.
This is what I need to be my whole self. And I'm probably not going to come home until I feel like I'm my whole self. And they did a lot of, I feel like it is, you're right, it is a movie made for women by a woman because it was a lot of that girl. Like it was a lot of that where you got what was going on without a lot being said. Like,
oh my god, for real, like, really, girl? Okay. And so then it happens, they share that moment, you know, Mule, Hag or Nag, you know, they share they share that,
like, oh,
they share that moment, go on their separate buses, and, you know, figuratively went on to their separate lives. And you find out that they never stopped being sisters. They never stopped having that relationship. But because when you come into your own, and as we know as siblings, you know, this is crazy how this is happening.
This becomes our siblings. Like,
this is changed up so different than I thought it would. Like, I didn't see this at all. I just knew it was going to be a lot of like women's sports and women's rights, and it's totally not that, which I love. But, you know, I am learning that as I am learning to be a sibling as an adult. You know, like we've talked about that whole idea of being a sibling. I mean, being a child and being a daughter or being a son as an adult. Now, like, sibling adult relationship is so different than when you're 13 and 18, when you're 12 and 11, when you're 15 and 10. You know, it's so different when you're a child and adolescent and teenager. When you're an adult, I mean, it's a whole different ball game, pun intended. And when they finally are inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is such a beautiful moment, and it's beautiful to see, you can hear, because they went on to another team, because because Kit went on to another team. It's just the Peach team there at the moment. And then, but Kit decides to come. Of course she should, because she's OG, she's original. Like, you know, she's part of that legacy. And then that's her sister. And you can hear one of the kids in the back saying, like, Auntie Dottie, you know, our Aunt Dottie. Like, they knew her. It wasn't a surprise that it was a surprise that she was there, but it wasn't a surprise that, like, oh my God, I haven't seen my sister in upteen years. You could tell that they still had the relationship, that they still loved one another. But like I was saying, like, because when that moment and what you're talking about, how Kit had to go off and find herself, and obviously Dottie did what she needed to do and went on to continue to live her life, you could tell that their relationship was never the same. And they were only close at that moment for the reasons that we speak of this whole moment.
But that's also because even though we don't need to talk as siblings, sometimes we do. And I think they did. Because they still had a whole bunch of unresolved issues.
They did. They did. For what we were saying, because when you said like how things can go unsaid, you know, like my favorite part in ATL is when they had the big argument and then the next morning they all just like sitting there chilling, and it's like, we don't apologize. We just sit down and I like share the comics with you, and I get you a bowl. I share my bowl of cereal, and I put on your favorite TV show.
Inside joke, and then we back to
and we all good, and we good. You know,
right? But sometimes the moments you can't come back from, and the thing about it was, what was messed up about their relationship is it wasn't that moment that they couldn't come back from. Dottie couldn't come back into her world because she was gonna overshine her, and not because she was trying to, but because that's how her sister felt about her
all the time.
And it was nothing she could do about that. And I think in them last scenes of her saying bye to her sister, and that's why it's so sad to me. Let me get my life together. It's because she was like, she had to let her sister go, even though she didn't want to, because of how people viewed her. And she didn't want to break her bond with her sister, but she really had to. Ooh,
she had to. Yeah, no, for real.
Because that's sad.
It is.
Lord, I was about to cry.
Oh my God. It really, again, beautiful moment, and really like conveyed the way that
to me.
It is sad. It is sad because you're like, damn. That's why I had to slow down earlier. Because I was getting there. Because not to put my business out in the street, but like much like all families, people don't always get along, bro. And I got one younger brother, and we always been like this. And the moment that something came that made us like this, it was hard to get back. And we're constantly working so hard as adults to like get back to where we were. But we've learned very quickly that just it probably won't. We may have had to break a part of the bond that we had before in order to be the people that we need to be today. Like, but just like you said, we family. I ain't never going nowhere.
Right.
That never goes anywhere. And now we just have to find a new way, a different way, a stronger way to build that back to a place that like nothing can break us now. Like nothing can break us now. And I feel it happening. I feel it happening as we're getting older. We're having more fuller conversations. We're being more open and real, and like not faking the funk and tippy-toeing around each other. Like all of that's just like not fully out the window, because sometimes you fall back into your old ways. But like the moment I feel that happening, I'm like, let me get back to what's right, so we can figuratively celebrate like our legacies one day, so we can sit with one another and our children play together, because they're gonna be family.
Right.
We're family.
Right.
And it's really a beautiful, beautiful story.
Yes.
And I am so happy that we watched it. I'm like at first I thought I was geeked about like, yeah, we decided to watch Space Jam instead of Dodgeball. I am so happy that we decided to watch A League of Their Own. It was my very first time watching it. It is something that I will definitely be watching again, because now this conversation itself has opened my eyes, and now I want to dive deeper into like the stuff that we just figuring out. Well, the stuff that I'm just kind of figuring out, to be honest. And yeah, I really, really like this movie. It was really, really good. Such a good film. Such a good film.
movie. It's a good movie.
For real.
Oh Lord.
I know. I didn't expect that. Oh, Chevy, you just
I be getting
emotional. This freaking, I just love it. I think that's the thing, you know. But I want to share a couple things about. It's like they say it's 10 hitting things everyone missed in A League of Their Own, and here are a couple fun things. It's like a true story, so a lot of people don't know that this is like a true story. This was for real, but it, in fact, it was like the what they kind of made up was it actually was super popular from the get-go, because a lot of people in the Midwest didn't have teams and they didn't have this stuff, so they were geeked about it. So they were actually geeked from the beginning. They weren't making fun. I mean, I'm sure it was some people out there being disrespectful, being rude, but from the get-go, people were actually like attending. It wasn't hard to find seats and stuff like that. I think it was, I can't remember what part it was, but I think Kit had like a scrape on her arm, and I noticed, and I was like, that looks real. And I think the one scene when they're all like their injuries and stuff, those were real injuries. And like Penny Marshall made sure, she said that sometimes she would just let the camera roll and they would actually play baseball. They would actually be playing. So what you were talking about earlier, saying like how it looked real, it was because it really was real.
Yeah, because I was like always wondering why they were so dirty.
Yeah, and because I was really out there for real, for real. They said like John Lovett's character was supposed to be way more serious. He was not supposed to be as funny, but I guess in the screening people loved it, so they just like let him do his thing. And he was supposed to be in the movie longer, but something happened where, because like I said, I was like, oh my god, like keep him in. It sounds like he riffed a lot of that stuff, like he just said a lot of things off the top of his head, which was dope. Tom Hanks felt that he was too young for the role. He gained 30 pounds just so he could play the role, just so he can give you the washed up baseball player vibes. And dang, what was another one? Oh, this was my favorite one, because I was always waiting for the moment, like, because Gina Davis is just like such an attractive woman, and I think she just has a flirty face, like she just like flirty vibe. I know that sounds really weird, but it's just like, are you flirting with me? And I'm just like waiting for the moment for them to kiss, like her and Tom Hanks, especially when she like gives him the coke. I was like, are they about to kiss? Like, but Penny, they were really I guess the execs really wanted Penny Marshall to write in a romance for them, and she was just like, no, she's married, she loves her husband, she's not gonna do that, she's not that kind of woman. Like, so she settled for that moment, which was letting Dottie be the person that gets him to stop drinking instead of them bounchika wowing.
Well, I'm glad they didn't do that.
I'm glad they didn't do that either. It would have really messed up the whole thing.
Yeah,
even though, like,
if it's her husband came back.
Yeah.
She was already stressed out.
She was already hella stressed out. The last thing she needed to do was be getting drunk peeing from Tom Hanks, who didn't even know. Like, I don't think he even wanted none, because like that man, he just wanted to drink.
Yeah, he really did. That's really what he wanted to do. He really did just want to drink some alcohol. What? Alcohol. I don't know what else.
You said alcohol.
And that's why I said, what? What is that?
Oh my god. Is there any last like thoughts you have on A League of Their Own?
No, I just think it's a great movie, and I thought the sports montages were great. The comedy was great. I used to know that it used to be my playground song, like the whole song. I used to know that whole song.
Yeah.
This used to be my
It's a
playground. I used to know
really
that
good
whole song.
song. It's a really good
I
song.
used to know that whole song.
It's a really good song. I'm like listening to it at the end. I was like, this is a good song. I'm about to go listen to some 80s rock, soft rock.
Oh my gosh. So what are we watching next week?
Well, I don't know. Hold on, we talked about this.
We did. Anybody in the chat remember what we said last week?
Shit. What is
I
wrong with us?
don't know.
What is wrong with us? Why we do this?
Was it I don't know. I don't remember what we said. I really don't.
We literally talked offline and was like, well, we know we have, because we were confused about our weeks at first. Like, we was like, no, we got one more week before we, go to our secret location.
I don't know what the hell movie we said.
God dang it.
Because I know we said we were going to do like a more drama, but I don't even know if this was more of a drama.
No key, like, right, you crying.
Oh, well, we 86 dodgeball for Space Jam.
Dodgeball. We said we were going to watch Little Giants.
Oh! Yeah.
We said we was going to watch Little Giants.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
What's
that on? It's on Disney?
Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, because I believe so.
Yeah. I'm down.
I believe so. It's not. It's on Tubi, though.
Okay. Well, that's good because that's free.
Yeah, it is.
Tubi is free.
So we were going to watch Little MF and Giants.
Ooh, that's going to be fun. And
probably that is going to be fun. I love that damn movie.
Probably going to be angering, too. But
probably so. Probably so.
Oh, man.
Icebox. You ain't never lie. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So do you have a quote?
No, but I think you should just go ahead and repeat the one from Madonna's quote from earlier. I swear I'm gonna have a quote for next week. I'm gonna have one from Little Giants next week. I'm gonna have one.
You better tell Mr. Chocolate he ain't closing me down. She was extra as hell for that. She was extra. Woo! That was funny. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Well, thank y'all.
Thank y'all
for coming and listening to us and enjoying Two Snaps in a Circle today. Toya, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, y'all can find me at Chevy the Superstar.
Okay, we need to go to sleep.
I'm sorry. You can find me at Latoya Coles, LATOYACOLTS. You can also find me at Point of View Finder. Everything spelled adorable. Yeah, please just hit up my IG and you will be able to all the things that I'm doing. Darker Than Blue, books we should have read, Two Snaps in a Circle. You'll find out all the information that you can and should about myself and the things that I'm doing.
Yeah, so you can follow me at Chevy the Superstar on Twitch, S the Superstar on all other social media platforms except for Facebook. It's Siobhan Clark. On Wednesday nights, it's getting heated because
what episodes are on?
It's 2 more episodes left in this season of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and the new episode drops tomorrow. Next Wednesday, I will be at GFT Radio, and we will be discussing the 5th episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier at 9 p.m. Also, in a minute. They going live at 10 o'clock on GFT Radio talking about Godzilla versus
Hong Kong. I mean, King Kong. Hong Kong.
King Kong at 10 o'clock with Willie Styles of GFT Radio and Clark Node. But also, yeah, I'm about to start this new photography thing that I'm thinking about doing on my Instagram. And yeah, don't make it a thing. It's just, we're gonna do something.
Okay.
So I would like to just thank GFT Radio, Tanya, Clark Node, Rail, Bash Weiser, Aaron C, and anybody else who jumped in the chat today, and everybody who watched, even if you lurkeried around, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So thank y'all for coming this week. Next week we'll be here at 8 p.m. reviewing Little Giants, and we will have more information about our special episode in a special place the following 2 weeks after that. So y'all be safe, stay classy, America and UK and everybody everywhere and world. And we out.